This is NP Rao, our chemistry faculty. We are going to start first year syllabus. That is first chapter, basic concepts of chemistry and chemical calculations. Here, before going into the chapter, here what is the significance of chemistry here? Why we are going to study chemistry? In what way it is useful to us? How can we use the knowledge of chemistry? All things can be explained by this chapter. That is what basic concepts of chemistry and chemical calculations. And once you are studying these basic concepts of chemistry, then we are going to study chemical calculations. That is completely numerical part. So, first of all, what is significance? Why you have to study chemistry? Chemistry, where you are using that knowledge. Significance of chemistry. Significance here. Significance of chemistry. So, for anybody, for a human being, what is required? First of all, food is required. Then, what is required? We have to, after food, we have to stay. We have to stay after that, we need some clothes. So, like this, for food and all, what is required? Some grains required. So, there is a crops. For the fields are there, there is a crop. From the crops and all, we are going to get the food materials. So, to get a better quality food, we are going to use some pesticides, we are going to use some fertilizers, these are all. That fertilizer making and pesticide making, is the manufacturing of fertilizers and manufacturing of pesticides, otherwise some insecticides, all are helping to get a better crop. So that for food and all, there is a chemistry part, there is a chemical knowledge, there is a chemical process. So after that, cloths and all. Cloths means we are using nylon, cotton cloths and all. How we are going to get? There is a nylon material, polythene material. We are using polythene and all. That polythene also, that material also can be manufactured by using chemical knowledge. Okay. After that, place where we have to live. Here we have to live. We are living in a building, we are living in a houses. How they are going to pay? Previously some huts are there. After that there is development. Nowadays we are using a technology. By using some chemical species. Chemical species means what here? We are using cement here and using concrete, and for a strongness, to get very strong building, to build very strong house. What is required? Cement is required, concrete required, and also some strong metals required, some steels are required. All these are manufactured by using chemical knowledge. So there is food items, and food items, what is that? In the agriculture process. In agriculture and all. In agriculture, where what we are using? What is pesticides we are using? Pesticides we are using, and also fertilizers, and some extra, some insecticides and are using. These pesticides are fertilizers can be prepared. How they are going to manufacture? By using chemical knowledge. That is what significance. By using chemical knowledge. This is what a chemistry part here, and this is for a food, and what is that for a clothing and all, for living and for cloths and all, what is required? Some polythene material, some cotton material, all we are using. To get the shirt, there is a threads are required. Threads required, there is a chemical process. We are only add dyes, color required, so dye adding is a chemical process, like that, cloths and all. And next one, live, where you have to live? In a building. Further, what we are going to use? Cement we are going to use, concrete we are going to use, steel. Steel can be prepared by the alloys process. This is also one chemical process. So all these things, everywhere, for food, for living, for clothing and all, we need chemical knowledge. Okay, before going into this, not only this, before going how these materials means what? It may be pesticide, it may be cotton, or it may be concrete. All the materials are nothing but matter. Not only this, many are there. For example, previously for some diseases there is no drugs. Previously for some diseases there is no drug. For HIV there is no drug. Who are affected by HIV, they are living few years only. Previously, now there is a development. There is a drug discovery based on chemistry knowledge. Nowadays, even HIV patient also can live more years by using drugs, by using medicine. That is what development by using chemistry knowledge. Chemistry knowledge, why I am saying, we have to prepare a drug. Even paracetamol we have to prepare. Some A plus B, some compound A, some compound B. You are make after reaction you will get a tablet like paracetamol, anything crocin, anything dolo, anything you will get. There is a chemical reaction. That is that we are talking about, we are discussing about, we are learning about chemistry. Understand? So here whatever all these are materials. All these are materials. So before studying about this material, this chemical species, what is this? We have to start our chapter. This is just an introduction, but we have to start our chapter mainly which is important for our examination. That and all starting from here. First of all, we are going to start with the matter. We are going to start with the matter. Anything around us. Anything around us is a matter. What is around us? Here you see, there is a board. Here is a chalk piece. Here is a bench. There is a duster. Here is a fan. All these things coming under matter. Whatever is there in the world around you, whatever there in this universe, everything coming under matter. So, what is matter here? What is matter here? Any substance which is having some mass and occupying some space. Matter means what we can say? It is occupying some mass. It is occupying some mass and having some space. That is called matter. Matter means what? Anything which can occupy. Or you can say anything which can occupy. Which can occupy anything which is having anything which has some mass, and occupies some space, some place. Here mass important and here space important. Some place it is occupying means that we can say as a mass. That we can say as a matter. Matter means it should have a mass and it is also occupying some space. That is what matter. So definitely what is having? Matter having some properties. Matter having some properties. It is having some nature. It is having some properties. We have to study the properties. Once we study the properties, then only we can use it. Like chloride, salt is there. So we know the nature of that. We know the property. So we are using for cooking purpose. Others, some other purpose is here. Some other thing, sand is there. That is one piece. That is having one nature. So you are using that sand for a construction purpose. Right? So like that, based on the nature, based on the properties only, we are using them. So for any matter, for any substance to utilize in a proper way, what is required? Properties are required. So, to know the properties, we are classifying, we are dividing this matter. We are dividing this matter. What is that? You are dividing matter based on their physical state. Based on the physical state. Physical state means what? Here, physical state, another one is chemical state. Here, physical state, other one is chemical. Just listen. First of here, physical state. Based on the physical state here, and that side, chemical state. Say chemical state, otherwise chemical nature. Physical state, otherwise physical nature. Here, physical state is what you have to remember. Generally, physical is a term used to explain the solid or liquid or gas, otherwise some order, otherwise some melting point, some boiling point, some density, some diffractive index. In these cases, we are going to use this term physical. Okay, here physical state means there how many states are there? Based on in this physical state, again three parts are there. One is gas state, other one is liquid state, other one is solid state. These three are the physical state. Matter is going to classify based on physical nature, that is it can be gas, liquid or solid. And here chemical, based on chemical nature. Based on chemical nature, again we are going to classify into two ways. What are the two ways here? What are the two ways here? One is homogeneous substances. Other one is heterogeneous substances. Then what we are going to study here? Homogeneous and heterogeneous. Yes. This chemical nature, of this chemical nature, we are going to divide based on chemical nature. Here, two types are there. One is pure substances. Other one is mixtures. Other one is mixtures. Here, again, this mixture is going to classify into two ways. One is homogeneous mixture. Other one is heterogeneous mixture. This is what. Now we are going to study this. Now we are going to study that homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture, and what is the mixture, and also what is pure substance. Pure substance. Again, this pure substance can be classified as two things. One is element. Other one is compound. Now this one you are going to study. Based on the physical state, gas, liquid, solid, that is okay. Leave that one. We have to concentrate on chemical state, chemical nature. Based on chemical nature, there are two types: pure substances and mixture. Here, what is pure substances? Here, what is pure substances? Pure means what is here? Pure substances. Pure substance is here. Only one type of atoms are. Completely one type of atoms are. Completely one type of atom means what? Completely one type of atom means what? For example, I am taking copper metal. This much copper I am taking. This much copper. Here, whatever you take, just small part of copper I am taking out. I am peeling out from this. That is also copper. How many times I am going to break this? Small particles are coming. All particles are copper particles only. All the atoms are copper atoms only. That is what? All the particles which combinedly form this metal, which combinedly form this substance, all are having similar nature. Similar nature. That is what? Pure means each and every particle in the substance, each and every atom in the substance having similar nature. Similar nature means what? For example, copper. This is a copper metal. I took a smallest particle here, copper. Smallest particle means below that it cannot be divided. That is the last one. After that you cannot divide that. That is indivisible. After that type of particle I am getting. So if I am converting this metal into atoms, atoms means you cannot divide further. That is the last particle. That is what? Atom. That atoms, all the copper atoms combined giving copper material. Copper material, copper metal. All the copper atoms you are comparing means all are having same size, same shape, same nature also, same volume. All these are the things. Pure substance means what? Here, that's pure substance means here everything. This substance containing same material. All particles, all atoms are similar in nature. All atoms are similar in nature. Similar in nature means what? Similar in nature means what? In size. You are comparing size means same. That means and size you are comparing, mass means same. You are comparing properties means same. Properties. Size and mass and properties all are same. You are taking a pure substance, in that atoms are there, they are smallest, they are having same nature. That means all the copper particles, all the copper atoms are having same size. All the copper atoms are same volume. That means same size, same mass, and also having same properties. Copper particles properties same. That is what a pure substance. See here, this pure substance we are going to study in two ways. We are classified into two ways. One is element, other one is compound. What is this element? Element means what? Which is available. Generally, substances are available in a free state. That is what? Element. Element. This element, for example, this much copper I am taking. We can say this is a copper element. And you are dividing further into smallest particle. Smallest particle means what? Further you cannot divide. That is the smallest particle means you cannot divide that smallest particle into two again. You cannot divide further. That is what the smallest particle. That smallest particle is called as atom. In this element, the smallest particle is called as atom. And element. This element now we can study any substance available in the elemental state. We can say element. This one we have monoatomic element. Here monoatomic elements are there. Other one is polyatomic elements are there. Polyatomic elements. Polyatomic elements. Polyatomic elements. Here is it. Monoatomic means no problem here. For example, copper is there. Iron is there. Iron is Fe symbol. And when this gold is there, or like that, any more. Copper, mono. So taking copper metal, you are taking iron. This much iron block you are taking. This much iron you are taking. If divide further means small iron particles are coming. All the iron particles, smallest particle, that is called iron atom. Only one atom is there, Fe. That is gold. That is the iron. That's it over. That is what monoatomic. Polyatomic elements. Polyatomic means, for example, hydrogen is there. Hydrogen available in this state, in this form, H2 form. H2 form means generally, here how many hydrogens are there? 2 hydrogens are there. So 2 hydrogens. Generally 2 hydrogens combinedly forming Molecule. This is a molecule. Exactly speaking means H2 is a molecule. Here only H is a atom. That's what we have to know. But element concern, sometimes there is a polyatomic elements. That means hydrogen is available itself in H2 form. It cannot be available in H form. Understand what I am speaking? What I am saying here, H is atom. This atoms combined in forming this H2, that is molecule. In few cases, what happens? Hydrogen available itself in H2 format. In a H2 format. That at that time this H2 is called as element. H2 element, which is available naturally. H is not available. Keep in mind. H is not available and H2 is available. That is what? Polyatomic element. So, what I am saying, atoms combinedly forming, what we have to know is some atoms combinedly forming molecule. So that this polyatomic molecule atoms, for example, H plus H, two hydrogen atoms combinedly giving H2. These atoms, and sometimes N2 plus H2, there is a reaction, it gives ammonia. This is N2. Okay. Some other thing, anything. For example, nitrogen. Two nitrogen atoms combinedly giving nitrogen. Here, this nitrogen atom combinedly giving nitrogen molecule. Here what I want to say is polyatomic elements also called as. What I want to say this one? This polyatomic elements also called as molecules. Here molecules. Here, what happens? These elementals. This elemental single elements. Atoms having element type means pure one. Pure one means singular type will be there. For example, one element. What is there? Some copper is there. One atom. Some oxygen is there. It is also element. These two combined form the PO. This element is also monoatomic element. This is polyatomic element. These elements combinedly giving CuO. This is molecule. Smallest means molecule you have to say, and the bigger one is you have to say compound. So that here atom is the smallest particle of element and molecule is smallest particle of atom means what is that? Smallest particle of element. And here molecule means what? Smallest particle of compound. This is what? These atoms combined forming molecules. So atoms means what? Atom is smallest particle of element. I can say elements combinedly forming what? Molecule. Otherwise, elements combinedly forming compounds. This is what the idea regarding